may have a point there. But gentlemen, I just want you to wait because there's a piece of breaking news that is coming in and I'd want all of you to weigh in as well. After this windfall bonanza for NDA allies, which means the TDP and Nitish Kumar, it seems now that the India bloc is mulling a boycott of the Niti Aayog meeting. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin, has formally announced his boycott. He says he is boycotting the Niti Aayog meeting over what he is terming a discriminatory budget. Let me quickly get reactions from our guests who are joining us this evening. Anshul Avijit, is this the way to deal with it, that you boycott Niti Aayog meetings?
It's coming up with over the past few years on poverty, on inflation. I mean, that's hardly some kind of a model body which gives out accurate data all the time. So if they feel, if the partners of the India Alliance feel that they've been shortchanged, if they require more from the budget, then there every reason to protest in the way they want. Why not? Look, the budget has, shortchanged the people of India in every single sense. If unemployment is our biggest problem, then there has to be a composite approach to unemployment. You can't wake up 10 years down the line. Look, this problem was flagged even before the pandemic. I know the pandemic is used as an alibi most of the time, but if you remember those screeching headlines before the pandemic, unemployment reached record levels. Did it mention it then? They let time lapse. They let a problem become even worse. And of course, it became worse. It became worse during the pandemic. And people were asking, why did India perform of all emerging economies the worst in the pandemic? That's because it was doing so badly even before it. So no wonder the GDP growth rate right now is a statistical illusion. Unemployment is high. Your FDI for all of Prime Minister's outreach around the world, FDI is the lowest in about 16 to 18 years. It has never been so low as it is now. That's because of all your protectionism and the fact that you've interfered with your bilateral investment treaties. India is not attractive destination for investment in manufacturing. The jobs are not coming here from China. They're going to Southeast Asia. Manufacturing is a huge problem. There's slump in manufacturing and there's a slump in demand as well. The two factors which are actually the engines of the economy. Private investment
and I'm not saying that sab changa hai.
There are huge structural problems in the economy.
Anshul Avijit.
Education is another.
Okay.
Look, give me 2 more
yes,
minutes.
there are. And I'm not saying that sab kuch changa hai. But do remember that India's stock market is amongst the best performing in the world. There's a reason for that. So while it's not sab changa hai, let's not exaggerate the problems of the Indian economy. Can I just get in Deepak Reddy here?
One last point, Shreya.
Can I just get in Deepak Reddy here? Just a minute.
See,
give me a minute. I just want to get in the TDP's national spokesperson here on the piece of news that is now breaking that India bloc is planning to boycott the Niti Aayog meeting, which means all chief ministers who belong to the India bloc will not be showing up. I mean, I'm not sure if it impacts the health of the government in any way, but it's a point they're making. It seems they clearly are upset, Mr. Reddy.
That's not true. It's just, if you remember back in our younger days, there would be one or two students sitting in the class, not allowing the others to actually, listen to the lecture and creating all sorts of nuisance. This is the behavior what the India ecosystem is doing now. You can see the way they're behaving in the parliament also. So they just want to, create this ruckus and, try to show it to the people that things are not as good. But let us talk certain facts. If you see today, the inflation from 10 years ago to now, from when the Congress system was in power, the inflation has dropped from 10% to 5%. The forex reserves were 300 then, and now it is over 650 billion now. The exports are about 780 billion. Sensex is at one of the highest levels. The PMI index, it is at 16-year high. And then the per capita GDP was 1,500 back then and 2,500. Another one, the ease of doing business. Back then, we were at 142 in 2014. Now we rank at around 63rd. Yeah, we can do better, but it's not as bad as what these people are trying to project. The actual sins were done during their government time.
And there is...
So they have messed up. Yeah, they have messed up big time. So what's going on now?
No,
is
but
the
who has
world
been?
is in a recession. There is
They
a
may have
war
that
going
they
on.
may or may
So
not have
it's not as
messed up,
bad as
Mr.
people
Reddy.
are trying to portray
Fact
it
is
here.
that fact is that the BJP has been in power for the last 9 years, 10 years, and they are accountable for what has happened in the last 9 years, 10 years. And they can't say we are fixing historical wrongs, etc. But Riju Datta, I'm giving you the last word again. Is this the way to deal with? I mean, why behave like a petulant child and say mujhko usko wo mila, mere ko nahi mila, therefore I will not go for the meeting. The Niti Aayog is a place where all states go, speak to the center. It's a collaborative forum. You discuss your issues, you try and find solutions. What is this petulant behavior?
Look, first of all, the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal has not yet taken a decision whether to attend Niti Aayog or not at the moment. But what I can say is that tomorrow all the India Alliance MPs will protest outside the parliament against this ghuskhori budget or goose-giving budget, if I may put it that way. Anyways, that is number one. Number two, the federal structure of this country has been blown to smithereens. It's a two-way street, Shreya. The union government has to, India is a union of states, and the India government, if they believe in the federal structure, has to come 2 steps for the states to go 2 steps. You cannot just bulldoze everything all the time. Have you not learnt your lesson coming from 303 to 240? They should learn their lesson. Now they're 240. Next election they'll not even get 120. So learn your lessons. Take the opposition in confidence, because you need the opposition to run the country. That's all we are saying. You cannot behave like this. Every state is paying. Forget Bengal. Bengal is ignored. Bengal is deprived because you cannot win Bengal electorally. What about Madhya Pradesh? What about Rajasthan? How many MPs they give to the union government? Has Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, even BJP ruled states got a single penny? No. Only their alliance partners have been rewarded. Why? क्योंकि हमें सरकार में रहना है, नहीं तो हमारी कुर्सी चली जाएगी. This is blatant misuse of the union exchequer. That's all I can say. Blatant misuse of the union exchequer.
Okay, I think our viewers have heard every point of view on this show over the last 30-35 minutes, and they are wise enough to make up their minds. We don't set narratives here. Karan Verma, thank you very much for joining us. Deepak Reddy, good to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Riju Datta, always good to have you on the show. And Anshul Avijit, thank you for your time here on Mirror Now as well.